I'm King Kong Brody. Nobody can beat me. I know the decent boys over at the New Deal, and their prices can't be beat. How do I know? Because I traveled all over the world, wrestling and shopping. Hey! If you don't get the best deal, call me.
The Decent Boys offer you an opportunity to own an RCA video disc player free by joining their video club, plus $100 worth of coupons towards the purchase of video disc movies, limited time off.
Stand by, St. Louis, for action. You've got a ringside seat for the action and excitement of professional wrestling. This is KDNL TV All-Star Wrestling.
Hi again, everybody. I'm Kevin Wall, along with Rick Stewart. Welcome to another hour of excitement on All-Star Wrestling. Our first match of the hour will pit two men who simply don't like each other. It is a heated rivalry that has become downright nasty. We are talking about the great aerial performer Tiger Mask and Roger Nature Boy Kirby.
Kevin, I'm so excited about the next 60 minutes. We'll be seeing in action Chief Wahoo McDaniels. We'll be seeing the Junkyard Dog. The Tag Team of the Year is voted by Pro Wrestling Illustrated, and you, the fans at home, the Road Warriors. Plus, just a tremendous array of talent, including a Texas death match between Bazz the Avalanche Tyler and Tully Blanchard, and we'll be telling you a little bit more about the rules and stipulations of that match as this hour goes on.
Plus, further word about the Kemper coming up March 4th, Kemper Arena in Kansas City. We'll tell you more about that as we go along. We'll be back with our first match of the action hour, but first, this brief timeout.
St. Joseph, Missouri, Sonny Myers. Introducing, weighing 219 pounds, Tiger Mask. His opponent from Hollywood, California, weighing 248 pounds, Roger Kirby.
You know, Rick, in the open, we mentioned this is a rivalry that has been heated, which has simply turned nasty. And now we get a look again at Tiger Mask and Roger Kirby.
Well, I've had an opportunity to see these men battle in several cities all over the Midwest, and Roger Kirby seems prepossessed with the idea that he has decided to reveal the identity of Tiger Mask to fans all over. Look at this. Mask walks the rope, a high walk over a hip toss. Roger Kirby has made a point to try to unmask Tiger Mask, and on several occasions he's come very, very close.
Very close. And he says that if it's the last thing he does in professional wrestling, he is going to find out exactly who Tiger Mask is. But he has to beat him into submission, probably.
And look at this, look at this. Tiger Mask, Roger Kirby tried for the backdrop. Tiger Mask somersaulted over him now. Tiger Mask is like a house on fire on Roger Kirby. He's up on that top rope. Another high-flying hip roll takedown.
There's no doubt about it. Tiger Mask says he gets high as a kite when he thinks about taking on Roger Kirby.
Now, if you'll think back, Kevin, to the very first time we ever saw Tiger Mask on TV.
Look at him. He's still trying to grab that mask.
Indeed. It was Tiger Mask's first appearance. His opponent, of course, was Nature Boy Roger Kirby. He upset Kirby on TV, and it seems to me that ever since that time, they've been going at each other tooth and nail.
Well, a number of things have happened in various towns around the Central States area that, for one reason or another, had Roger Kirby obsessed. Nice leapfrog by Kirby. Wait a minute. He takes a boot.
Tiger Mask was ready for that one. And Roger Kirby, he's an agile wrestler on his own. Roger Kirby can drop kick just as well as anybody. Another high hip roll takedown off the top. We talked earlier about the Kemper on March 4th, and very, very briefly, not to take away from the masks, let me advise the wrestling fans on where they can write for their mail order tickets. You need to send money orders or cashier's check only to Wrestling Tickets, 910 Pennsylvania Avenue, Suite 204, Kansas City, Missouri, 64105. Ticket prices are $6, $8, $10, $12, $15, and $20. Please, money orders or cashier's checks only.
And if the name Kamala, if the name Brody means anything to you, they'll be there.
In the ring now, two of the greats in professional wrestling, Tiger Mask and Roger Kirby. And vendettas and feuds are, of course, no stranger to this sport. Over the years, many, many men have developed personal grudges against each other. However, an obsession like Roger Kirby has got about the mask of Tiger Mask is... It transcends sportsmanship. And oh, wait a minute, sleeper hold from Roger Kirby.
He could unmask him if he can put Tiger Mask to sleep. I would imagine he could unmask Tiger Mask. Right now, Tiger Mask on the way down.
He's sinking. That, of course, cuts off the carotid artery. We've talked about how dangerous this hold many times. And look.
Now he's going after that mask. He is trying to unmask Tiger Mask.
He may have been a little bit too early, though. It doesn't look like he put Mask out all the way, and Tiger Mask is furious.
Ho-ho! Couple of fists to the forehead of Roger Kirby.
And that hood has made Tiger Mask untold thousands. And look at this. Kirby tried for the suplex. Mask up and over behind his man. It's a small roll-up. Count of two. And
oh, he goes head first into that ring turnbuckle. That could have been a critical mistake, similar to the mistake that Roger Kirby made in releasing Tiger Mask from that sleeper hold just a bit early.
You know, Kevin, coming up a little bit later on this hour of All-Star Wrestling, a very, very big treat for wrestling fans. You've seen this man's picture on the cover of every national magazine. He's been all over the country. And yes, the Junkyard Dog is coming to the Midwest. We'll be seeing him in action a little bit later this hour.
I had a chance to preview the videotape, and it is awesome. This guy, you got to see to believe.
The dog can go. He is a legend in the Deep South. What's this? Wait a minute. Look at this.
He's got him tied up in those ring ropes.
His neck is caught in those ropes.
And now they're going to try and unmask Tiger Mask.
Wait a minute.
Kirby.
He's defenseless.
He's unlacing it. And look out. He is going to unmask him.
Wait a minute. And Roger Kirby going directly for the mask of Tiger Mask. Referee Sonny Myers is pulling for the bell.
They're going to stop it.
I don't know what this decision is. Maybe we'll have to find out later. Now, Sonny Myers physically pulling Roger Kirby off of Tiger Mask. Mask has got to be hurt. His full body weight is suspended from his neck.
He is dangling in those ring ropes.
And wait a minute. It doesn't look like Kirby's going to stop there. Tiger Mask, he's motionless. He's not moving, Kevin.
They better get Roger Kirby to his dressing room because Tiger Mask is hurt. Look at him. Just laying in a heap. And now Roger Kirby off those top ring ropes.
Here's the announcement. Ring announcer Terry Garvin has just said that Roger Kirby is disqualified. The winner on DQ will be Tiger Mask. But Kirby doesn't seem like he's finished with this match yet.
He wants off those top ring ropes. Now threatening Sonny Myers. And I tell you, Sonny Myers, nobody to fool with.
In his day, he was one of the top stars in pro wrestling, and I saw him put on the tights not 3 months ago. And he may be out of the ring as a physical participant, but Sonny Myers can still fight it out with the best of them.
So Tiger Mask is your winner by disqualification. We will continue on All-Star Wrestling. First, though, this brief intermission. Sunday afternoon.
Tag team action. So let's go now by means of videotape to the arena and watch Chief Wahoo McDaniels and his partner, Buzz Mad Dog Sawyer, take on the tag team of the year, the Road Warriors. Let's take a look at them here in this very, very interesting special on the Rock and Roll Express. Morton and Lucas.
Winnipeg, Canada, weighing 254 pounds, Bulldog Bob Brown. His opponent from Portland, Oregon, weighing 239 pounds, Scott Ferris.
Little man who is rather proud of his physique. Scott Ferris out of the Pacific Northwest against a man who hails from Winnipeg, Canada.
And of course, he is a legend in the Central States. He needs no introduction to any wrestling fan. Bulldog Bob Brown, off a 6-week injury, apparently fully recovered. Although, Kevin, in every match I've seen Bulldog wrestle since he came back from that 6-week injury, the first thing his opponent has done is go right for that neck.
Well, but you got to get there first. Look at this. Look at this. The Bulldog going right after Scott Ferris and flexing his bicep. Ferris pointing a finger.
Now, Bulldog Bob Brown may not have the muscular definition of a Scott Ferris, but I'll tell you one thing, this man's built like a tank, and I have seen Bob Brown do some amazing feats of strength over the years.
Pound for pound, there is nobody stronger than Bulldog Bob Brown in this sport.
Both men now tying up collar and elbow. Ferris pulls his man back to the rope. That could have been low. That could have been low.
And Ferris going right after the Bulldog, choking him over that second ring rope. Look at him.
And
with
Scott,
both hands.
If you could see the intensity on the face of Scott Ferris, you know that this match means so very, very much to him. Driving that midsection with both his knees and his fists into Bulldog Bob Brown. And this match, Kevin, has been brewing for quite some time.
Well, Ferris seems to feel that the Bulldog's adulation, I guess if you could call it that, on the part of the fans is unwarranted. He is unwarranted, and that he asked me, how come these fans around the Central States area love Bulldog Bob Brown and hate Scott Ferris? He asked me that.
Well, it could possibly have a little bit to do with his attitude towards the fan, or maybe his attitude about wrestling in the ring. However, if he wants to get down and dirty, the dog can do it too.
He has in his time bent the rules.
Spinning toe hold down from Scott Ferris, and Ferris, abandoning that, goes to the short armbar on that leg, apparently concentrating on the left leg of Bulldog Bob Brown, now stepping up over into his man. And of course, that not only puts pressure on the knee, but puts him in a pin predicament situation as well.
Scott Ferris really working on that left leg.
Switches over now to a half Boston Crab, and this is extremely painful, with not the full effect of the full Boston Crab, but a devastating move nonetheless. And Brown, showing tremendous leg strength, is able to power out of it.
Well, we talked about the strength of Bulldog Bob Brown. He knows how to use his strength. So many wrestlers, they may have great upper body strength, like a Scott Ferris and other wrestlers we've seen in the Central States area before, but they don't know how to use it.
Now, that was a straight-out clip, just like football, except he got him from the front, clipping the knee, and I had an opportunity to see the knee of Bulldog Bob Brown when he was standing in the corner. It is reddened considerably.
Well, Bulldog Bob Brown, oh, he took a fist. He took a fist to the chops. And another. Bulldog Bob Brown may be seeing his dentist tomorrow.
Oh, wait a minute. One of the patented moves of Bulldog Bob Brown. Anytime he gets in trouble, you're likely to see that maneuver come up in his repertoire. And of course, when you talk about Bulldog, you've got to talk about Buzz the Avalanche Tyler. He is in our main event. Texas Death Rules on TV against his arch nemesis, Tully Blanchard.
And a lot of people asking the question, when will the Bulldog and the Avalanche be reunited as a tag team?
Beautiful backbreaker on Scott Ferris, and now he drops the leg. Bulldog Bob Brown's pet maneuver. He drops the leg once. He drops
Ferris
the leg
is in
again.
trouble. Look at him. He's motionless.
1, 2, 3, and he's got him. He got him.
Oh, I tell you, Bulldog, you never get tired of watching this man. Bulldog Bob Brown, a winner over Scott Ferris. We'll be coming back with more on All-Star Wrestling. First, though, let's take this brief intermission.
Wrestling Club, the Major League of Professional Wrestling, returns to the Kiel Auditorium at 7:30. The main event, the World's Heavyweight Championship on the line as King Kong Brody meets Nature Boy Ric Flair. Plus, Indian strap match, Wahoo McDaniel versus Harley Race. Come on to the Giant, Bulldog Bob Brown, and many more. Saturday night, March the 10th, 7:30, St. Louis, the Kiel Auditorium. What a night of wrestling, rock and roll, Zumhoff for the first time in St. Louis. Plus, Ted Oates and Greg Gagne team up to take on Tenryu and Saruta, and you'll see the masked grapplers as they meet Ron Ritchie and Bazz the Avalanche Tyler.
You know, if you take a look around this area, you see some of the greatest talent in the sport of professional wrestling today. And if you people want to get behind the winner, people, you'd best get behind me and brother here, because I want to tell you something right now. Winning is exactly what we've been doing. The last time we were in St. Louis, what did we do? 1, 2, 3. Got our hands raised again. Well, I want to tell you something, Bazz Tyler and Ron Ritchie. You better talk this stuff over. And Ron Ritchie, the last time you stepped in the ring with the Grapplers, you come out rubbing that head and didn't know what happened. Well, I'm promising you right now, when you step in the ring with us in St. Louis, we're going there with one thing on our mind, and that's being winners. So be at your best and come ready, because, brother, they got a name for you when you're the greatest tag team in the sport of professional wrestling today. They don't call you a great team, they call you the Grapplers. Beat us if you can.
Saturday night, March the 10th at the Kiel Auditorium, the legendary Graham family returns to St. Louis as Crazy Luke takes on...
Hey, don't be calling me crazy, boy. I don't want those people up there calling me crazy. Dusty Wolf. Hey, boy, I had Dusty Rhodes the last time I was in St. Louis, and you people up there saw what happened. So, Dusty Wolf, do you think you got a chance? You shouldn't even be in the same ring with me. Wolf, a wolf. You better be an animal when you get in there, because I'm going to turn you every which way but loose. I'm going to hurt you until you can't stand that pain. You're going to be running and hiding, and there ain't going to be no place to hide.
St. Louis, Kiel Auditorium for the World's Heavyweight Championship. King Kong Brody meets Nature Boy Ric Flair. Plus, Indian strap match, Wahoo McDaniel versus Harley Race. Come out of the Giant, Rock and Roll Zumhoff, Greg Gagne, and a host of others. Saturday, March the 10th, 7:30, world title in St. Louis. At the Kiel Auditorium, Harley Race and Wahoo McDaniel tied together with 12 feet of leather strap. And when the straps go on, there's nowhere to run and there's nowhere to hide.
Let me tell you something, Wahoo. I've been up and down the pike a few years around. I've had a lot of things tied to me, and I've had a lot of things around me, including the best of them all. I lost 15% of my vision in my left eye with a chain tied around this hand and the other one to Terry Funk. And it didn't stop me. Wahoo McDaniels, you're not going to use me to make yourself in my home in St. Louis, Missouri, buddy. Let me tell you something. You tie the strap around your arm. You tie it around mine. You couldn't beat me for the Missouri title. Now you're crying you want it how you want it. You want it in your match. You want it with your thing. Well, that's perfectly fine with me, Indian, because I'll tell you, you've never saw Harley Race come out until he was pushed and pushed till he had to come straight forward. Well, my back's against the wall now, buddy. This is my home, and I'm coming for you. Strap or no strap, I'll guarantee you I'm coming to win, and win I will do.
Talk about March 4th, the Kemper coming to Kansas City on Sunday, March 4th at 2 p.m. One of the people you will see, and I had a chance to view the videotape on this guy, it is amazing, and they call him simply the Junkyard Dog.
JYD has made quite a name for himself. He came up the hard way. Born of a poverty-stricken family, he worked his way up until one of the hardest and most respected and frankly one of the wealthiest men in professional wrestling today. Here in a match from Louisiana, we will see the one, the only, the legendary Junkyard Dog.
This match is one fall or a 10-minute time limit. In the red corner, at 270 pounds, from the island of Tonga, Tonga. the North American heavyweight champion at 285 pounds from Tennessee, the Junkyard Dog.
In the ring for the introduction, Tonga, and the music brings the appearance of the Junkyard Dog, the North American heavyweight title holder.
The mighty Tonga has come to us unheralded. He came in, contacted Grizzly Smith, said he wanted the toughest man Mid-South has. And boy, I'll tell you, Tonga's an awesome-looking specimen. He's got legs like tree trunks and arms to go with it, but he's against the stallion. The JYD, North American champion, a man that pulled off 20 pounds in a surprise move. Once he regained that North American title, says he's going right on down to about 265 pounds. We'll have the strength and the endurance necessary to always be able to defend that title. Side trip by JYD, arm bar. We got a new team going to appear next. I ran into Jerry Clower in the airport in Atlanta the other day. You all remember Jerry. The 5 times in a row he's won the Country Comedian of the Year by CMA, Country Music Association. The Marcel Ledbetter family he always talks about it. His first album was Knock 'em Out John. And Jerry said, Cowboy, he said, I want to come down. He said, in Yazoo, Mississippi, I never miss watching Mid-South wrestling on television. He said, one of these days I'm going to surprise you and all the fans and come to Mid-South and say howdy. And I'll tell you, that'd be great. Jerry Clower's a #1 nice guy. He and his daughter often go to Jackson, Mississippi and watch the pro wrestling there. Oh, sparks starting to fly out there. JYD said, hey, you want to mess around? We can both do that. Mighty Tonga, a powerful built man. Junkyard Dog, arm bar. Butch Reed and Jim the Anvil Neidhart really upset about the dog humiliating them. He said he's not through, that he just got started. So he told Reed he's going to be his shadow. Going to be after him every minute. Oh, Tonga. Powerful man. He could beat the dog right here. This man walk in and beat the #1 wrestling star in the nation today right here in his home backyard, Mid-South Wrestling. The Dog's Yard would really set the wrestling world on its heels. Powerful man. You can see the excruciating pain Dog's in. He's trying to take his neck and just twist it off, Boyd. Steve Dr. Death Williams will be up later. Good move by JYD. Goes for an inside cradle if he can hold him. Man just exploded out of there. He's a powerful man. I'll tell you, Boyd, he's unheralded, but he's impressing me, and I know he's impressing the Junkyard Dog. Dog is in the fight for his life out there right now. I think the Dog's been trying to gear up for Nikolai Volkov, who said he's going to take that title off of him. Listen to that crowd. They know the Dog's in trouble, and they're getting behind him. They're starting that chant, JYD, JYD, and Dog is answering them. JYD dishing it out a little bit now, right? People are wanting to see this confrontation with JYD and Nikolai Volkov, but this Tonga came right in. Oh, a vicious headbutt. A vicious headbutt, but it took its toll on the mighty Tonga also. Dog is really stunned. This man feels his own weapon on him, and there's the Dog. Junkyard Dog got up and was ready for him, and Tonga is, I think, being stunned from that headbutt. He didn't get to put the coup de grace on quite as rapidly as he had hoped. JYD really caught him then. Like I say, I think Tonga uses JYD's own technique. It took more out than it did for the Dog. And there's the bump. JYD, the victor.
And we have more action coming up. Stay with us. We'll return right after this message.
Minute time limit. Introducing from Amarillo, Texas, weighing 239 pounds, Colonel Buck Robley. 247 pounds, Grappler #1.
Well, Buck Robley asked Sonny Myers to check that orthopedic boot. And you can see it. It is on the right foot.
And we saw it last week here on All-Star Wrestling, open up a tremendous gash over the head of Colonel Buck Robley. He has not forgotten. He's gone straight for the grappler. And wait a minute, he's gone straight for that leg. And Colonel Buck Robley, wasting no time, dropping the knee on the leg of the grappler number 1. And oh.
It should be noted, grappler number 2 is seated directly to our left and ringside.
And wait a minute, Robley's going for the boot.
He wants that boot.
And we saw it just earlier this show. There's something in that boot. Grappler rapes the eyes of Colonel Buck Robley and now drills the Colonel's head into the turnbuckle, sending him to one knee.
Those are fists. 3 straight fists from grappler number 1.
Snap there to the canvas, and the grappler number 1 now starting to open up on Colonel Buck Robley. By the way, Kevin, next week here on All-Star Wrestling, again, we will see the return of Mark and Jay Youngblood. What a tremendous win for them last week. They'll be here live next week on All-Star Wrestling.
I'll tell you, Mike Romero, who is now wrestling under the name Youngblood, just outstanding. It really is great to see him back in the Central States area.
Grappler number 1 now posting the arm. Short, high suplex on Colonel Buck Robley. He goes for the press. A count of 1, a count of 2, and inches away from defeat. Robley powered out, and the grappler is furious.
And we'll let you hear as we go along. Grappler number 2, who is seated directly beside us,
shouting out instructions. Maybe you can hear it. And now, as the grappler number 1 rakes the eyes of Colonel Buck Robley across the ropes, Robley fires that boot from the midsection. Neck breaker.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Wait. Robley may have hit his own head as he went down for that neck breaker.
He went down hard. He went down hard, no doubt about it.
And as the grappler regains his feet, drives that boot into the back of Colonel Buck Robley, sets his man.
Well, that right boot, now he's lacing it up again. And you always got to wonder when he's going to load up that right boot, that orthopedic boot. The Colonel just trying to get to his feet, much less defend himself, but he gives a boot to the midsection.
And Buck Robley now goes to work on the grappler number 1. And of course, at the Kemper on March 4th, you'll see Colonel Buck Robley handcuffed to Friday while Brody and Kamala are locked in sleeper.
Sleeper, this could be it. He can't do a thing with that boot if he's asleep. Oh, and Brody, or rather,
he hung it. Wait a minute. Grappler number 2 and the boot.
He's loaded.
What's that boot? Grappler number 2 has loaded that boot. He's up on the second rope.
Oh, he missed.
And twice now, Robley rolls again out of the way. 3 times. Again, the grappler trying to unload on Colonel Buck Robley.
But he can't keep him still.
He can't get him. Whoa, hold on. Here comes Ron
Ritchie. Ritchie with a fist. Pandemonium breaking loose at ringside. Ron Ritchie in against grappler number 2.
Now all 4 men back and forth. It's Robley in 2. Ritchie unloads on the grappler number 1.
This match has been stopped.
Whoa,
Ritchie comes flying over the top ring rope.
Now
Robley being double teamed. Whoa.
He dives out of the way of that boot. Wait a minute. He's got
cheers. It's cheers up in the ring.
He got my chair. He got Terry Garvin's chair. They're going nuts.
And the crowd loves it.
Let's try to get some kind of decision here. And you heard it from referee Sonny Myers. Both men, Sonny Myers has just informed us, both men are disqualified for outside interference.
A double disqualification. We will continue on All-Star Wrestling. First, though, this brief timeout.
Saturday night, March the 10th, the St. Louis Wrestling Club, the Major League of Professional Wrestling, returns to the Kiel Auditorium at 7:30. The main event, the World's Heavyweight Championship on the line, as King Kong Brody meets Nature Boy Ric Flair. Then, Indian strap match, Wahoo McDaniel versus Harley Race, Kamala the Giant, Rock and Roll, Buck Zumhoff, Jumbo Saruta, and many more. It all happens Saturday night, March the 10th. The world title on the line, Brody and Flair, St. Louis, the Kiel Auditorium at 7:30. Get your advance tickets at the Kiel Auditorium box office, all famous bar stores, Regal Sports, Team, Togs, and Tickets, or call Dial-Tix at 644-1700 for your telephone reservations. In probably one of the most unusual matches in St. Louis history, fans will get an opportunity to see 400-pound Kamala, the Ugandan giant, as he battles Rock and Roll Zumhoff and Bulldog Bob Brown.
I'd certainly like to take this opportunity to thank you, Mr. Rick Stewart. I think you do such a tremendous job of interviewing people. And I'm out here to talk to people in St. Louis. You know, I'm very popular in St. Louis, as you know. And the last time I appeared there, I was with Russell Garvin, and I probably give him the greatest match he's ever saw in his life until I was sprayed with perfume. Yes. It won't happen again, you people in St. Louis, because, you know, the best comes out of me when I'm wrestling the best. Now, you take the card coming up now. Me and Buck Zumhoff. A lot of people have never saw him. They're going to get to see him because he's tagged up with me. Now, who we got? We got Kamala. He's the talk of professional wrestling all over the country. Now, you saw him against Brody many, many times on television out of Dallas. Now, you know what this guy can do. He's a very dangerous man. Now, along with his man Friday, he even makes him a little dangerous, because when Friday says jump, he says how high. So we've got actually 3 guys to contend with. But you know, Rick Stewart, from watching me in St. Louis, that I'm at my best when I want something, and I'll just go out and take it. And I'm sure Kamala knows me quite well, and I'm going to give him a lesson of good wrestling, what the St. Louis wrestling people deserve.
Saturday night, March the 10th, 7:30 at the Kiel.
Falls do not count. There will be a 30-second rest period between falls. Introducing from Nashville, Tennessee, weighing 276 pounds, Bazz Avalanche Tyler. His opponent from San Antonio, Texas, weighing 238 pounds, the Central States champion, Tully Blanchard.
Well, again, we will go over the rules, as Sonny Myers is going to do with the Central States champion, Tully Blanchard, and the former champion, Bazz the Avalanche Tyler.
Very, very rare to have a Texas death match on television. Of course, this is a non-title match. In a Texas death match, anything goes, anything is legal. When a fall occurs, the bell rings. There is a 30-second rest period. At the end of the 30-second rest period, the bell will sound again. The man has 10 count from the referee to regain his feet. Then the match continues until one man cannot answer the 10 count.
Flying clothesline by Bazz.
We got a pin.
We got an early.
30-second rest period. Here's the start of the 30-second rest period.
We will tell you, a lot of people have been asking about the ticket outlets for the Kempers, Sunday afternoon, March 4th, in Kansas City. You can pick up tickets at any Jones store, Kempers Corner, Love Record, or the Tender Trap at 3 West 12th Street in Kansas City, Missouri, or at the Memorial Hall box office. For mail order, send money orders to Wrestling Tickets, 910 Penn, Suite 204, Kansas City, Missouri, 64105. Hope to see you at the Kemper on March 4th.
By the way, for mail orders, please, money orders or cashier's checks only. Now, Tully Blanchard has lost the first fall. However, falls do not count. You saw him receive the 10 count from referee Sonny Myers. Now, the match continues. Tully Blanchard with the long armbar on Bazz the Avalanche Tyler. For all it's worth, Tully Blanchard, of course, in the very, very short past, won the Central States Heavyweight Championship from Bazz the Avalanche Tyler in a match that was marred by controversy, to say the least. Tyler drops the elbow, lateral press, 1, 2,
and again, Bazz Tyler does it. And look at him. He's pointing a finger at Tully Blanchard, and Blanchard is stunned. There is no doubt about it, and again, he has 30 seconds.
The 30-second rest period is on as ring announcer Terry Garvin keeps a close track of the time. 15 seconds remain in the rest period.
And as you can see, Tully Blanchard still trying to knock the cobwebs out of his head. Bazz Tyler said he would do just this, go after Blanchard from the very beginning of the match.
3, 2, 1.
And now Tully Blanchard has a count of 10 to regain his feet. 4.
But he is still wobbling. Look at those knees.
He's up at the count of 4, and now the match continues. The Texas death match, of course, that is the record in the history of professional wrestling, happened in Texas, Tully Blanchard's home state, between Iron Mike DiBiase and his opponent, Dory Funk Sr. That match went 17 falls, an hour and 44 minutes. And we'll try to stay with this match as long as possible. In the event that television time runs out, we're very sorry, but we will follow this match as long as TV time remains.
Well, Tully Blanchard trying to buy some time. 2 falls already belong to Buzz the Avalanche Tyler.